everyone. My name is Chloe, and welcome to another TGI Friend Day. So today I have someone that I just love because partially, so she's really young, and part of me watches her videos like, yeah, girl, I get that. Like I'm like 18, 19 too. And then the other part is like, oh my gosh, I could be your mother. And just I love hearing her perspective because she is younger on the same like romances and things that I'm reading. She is well beyond her age in the way she speaks about things. She's so eloquent and lovely. And Naima, just go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, well, thank you for that introduction.
You're welcome.
Hi everyone. My name is Nayema and my channel is Nayema's Reads. I read lots of romance. Recently, I'm getting into like more literary fiction
And
and,
thrillers.
and thrillers. I love thrillers. So,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you so much for inviting me to do this. I'm excited.
Yes, thank you. And I love like your reactions to things are wonderful. And like one thing I admire about you is you can do 24-hour reading vlogs in a way that I think anybody over 30 is like, how does she have so much energy?
I literally do not sleep.
Yeah.
It's a problem. I need help.
Ooh, I'm like, I can't do it. I cannot do it. But anyway, so why did you start Booktube?
Well, let's see. When I was younger, I used to like make videos, just never uploading them. I was like obsessed with YouTube, and I did actually start uploading videos like maybe my sophomore year of high school, but then I was like, this is dumb. It wasn't like a booktube channel. It was just like me goofing around doing my makeup and stuff like that. And then during quarantine, of course, the boredom hit.
Yep.
And I was reading all these books. I was a big reader before, but that like multiplied times 10
Yeah.
during quarantine. And
Yeah.
I just really wanted to talk about like all of the books I was reading. And I actually started watching, I think, Lovely Like Laura.
Oh,
That's
yes.
where I get like all of my romance recommendations from. It's like, wait, this is kind of cool. Let me
Yeah.
first I started like a bookstagram, and I would like make edits for different books that I was reading.
Okay.
And then I was like, I kind of want to make a booktube channel, so I did. And
Yeah.
yeah, I made my channel in April of last year,
So
so
almost a year.
yeah.
How exciting. So
I'm very
have you always been a reader?
I okay, so I went through phases all throughout growing up. I used to read um I don't know, it was just always random. Like my mom was a really big reader, so
Uh-huh.
she'd take me to Barnes and Noble all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'd get a book, be obsessed with that book, read it over and over again, and then like I wouldn't pick a book up again for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And so it kind of went like that like all throughout growing up. And then I think it was like my sophomore year, I read the everybody was talking about To All the Boys I've Loved Before because the
Oh,
movie was
yeah.
coming out.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to be on the hype too, and I
Yep.
read all of that, the whole entire series. I was obsessed. I have videos of me like crying about that book. It's really embarrassing. And then I didn't pick up another book again. And then what happened was after the after movies were coming out, I'm
Oh,
basically
yeah.
just like, yeah, I have huge FOMO, and I need to know what people are talking about and be a part of the hype. And yeah, so when people were talking about after, and I was like, wait a minute, what is after? So I read all of the after books.
Okay.
And then from there I didn't stop. I what happened? I started reading more books on Wattpad, and then I was like, wait, there's real books in real life that are like this. So I
Yep.
got to like KU and indie romances, and that was probably like 2 years ago, and I haven't like
Haven't
stopped
really
reading.
come out of that hole yet.
Yeah, no.
So you're a freshman in college, right?
Yes, I am.
How do you balance like reading and school?
It is so incredibly hard. Last
Yeah.
semester was my first semester, and it was bad. Like I did not get the grades that I was supposed to be getting. And I guess me, because I'm at home, obviously,
Yep.
because I was in the high school mindset that like my high school was super lenient and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, I can just turn in all these assignments late and it'll be fine. But I was like, wait, that's not how it works in college. Like
Yeah.
It was really hard. It was like a rude awakening. It was
Yeah.
terrible. And
Yeah.
so this semester I'm making like more of an effort to like put school first. Whenever I have an assignment, I do it immediately.
Yeah.
And also I start like filming on one day and just like
Okay.
edit it all in that day and have them ready for the week.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
just can't imagine. Like, I think for me, I pretty much stopped reading in college just because you're reading a lot as it is, and it's
Yeah.
just so hard to balance. But
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that you're figuring it out. It's
Yeah,
definitely something to figure out.
for
So,
sure.
how did you get into romance?
Um
Just the hype?
Uh, Probably to all the boys I've loved before, that was like a YA romance. I was like, oh, this is so cute. Like, oh my gosh. And then the after books, I was like, wait a minute. It can be like this. Like, it's so steamy, so good. I loved it. And yeah, I guess I would credit it to all the boys I've loved before for
Yeah.
some reason.
I love Jenny Han. She is one of my favorite YA authors still. I love
I
her.
used to read her The Summer I Turned Pretty,
Yes.
I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have that. Where is it? I don't know. I have it, but it's in a bind up, so they're like huge, and I don't like that. So I have only read it once, but I loved it when I read it.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
are there any genres you're like, I'm not going to try that?
Probably what is it, sci-fi?
Yeah,
Or yeah, that's just would never interest me. I see
yeah,
people talking about like Illuminae, I think that's the name of the book, and I'm like, why? I just that's just personally not
yeah.
for me. Um, that and maybe I'm not the biggest historical fiction fan. I would like to get more into it, but knowing me, I feel like I don't know. I'm always open to trying anything. That's why
Yeah.
I've been getting into like other things as well. But right now just thinking about reading a historical fiction book, I'm like, yeah, no.
Well,
So,
and that I feel like that genre is hard when you're in school because it's
yeah,
like I
for
don't
sure.
want to learn right now. Like I
Yeah,
want to read to escape.
exactly.
So, what are some of your favorite tropes?
Hmm. I love a good bully romance.
Do you? Give
Yeah.
me good ones because I have not read a good one.
Okay, so there's this series by, do you know Megan Brandy? She's an indie author,
Okay.
and her series is Boys of Brayshaw. I love that series so much. It's so fun.
Okay.
And I might get canceled for this, but Elder Shin writes really good bully romances, and I really enjoy her bully romances. Let's see. I don't know, just anything in a high school college setting. They're just so good to me. I don't know. Um, hmm.
Do you have any buzzwords of like, if this is in this book, I'm gonna pick it up?
I never think of that. I usually have buzzwords for other genres and not
Uh-huh.
romance.
Okay. What are your other genre buzzwords?
Like I just read a book called The Ravens, and it was a YA like fantasy-ish book, and it was like sorority girls who are witches, and it was like sisterhood, and it was like mean girls. I was just like,
Ah,
I am reading this book. And so
yes.
I've noticed that that's like a pattern with like Mean Girls. Like people compare it to the movie, and I'm like, wait, that kind of sounds good. So I read like
Yeah.
Bunny by Mona Awad,
Did you like
and
that?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Personally, yeah.
I've gotten scared to read it. Like I'm afraid I'm gonna feel stupid because like I
Yeah.
can't keep it straight.
With Bunny.
Yeah. Like because I've heard it's a lot of like I just don't know what's going on.
Yeah, there is a lot of that going on, but also I don't really try to find any like mean not yeah, meaning
Yeah,
when I'm
no, I
reading,
get it.
let it take me on the,
Yeah.
ride.
Yep.
But I really liked that book. It was one of my favorites of 2020.
Yeah.
So,
Who are some of your favorite authors?
um Penelope Douglas, of course. Let's see. Penelope Douglas. I really, really have been enjoying Alexandria House's romances. And KV Rose, she wrote one of my favorite books ever, Ecstasy by her. And I really, really enjoy Tessa Moshfegh. She's not a romance author. She writes literary fiction. I read
Oh,
two of her books now, and I'm currently about to start another one of her books,
okay.
and I'm just
What
like love
what did
them.
she write about?
She writes, okay, so I've just found out the term. It's called millennial fiction.
Oh,
And it's, yeah, so it's like 20 something year olds who are trying to figure out their life, don't really have much drive. They're usually really unlikable. And yeah, so the book that I first read from her is called My Year of Rest and Relaxation.
okay. Yes, I've heard of that.
Yeah, and so it's like this girl, she got out of college a few years ago and this sounds awful, like why am I enjoying these books? But it's fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
So she gets out of college and she is just like severely depressed. She never had a good relationship with her parents and they died. And she has a best friend who's just like horrible for her. They're very toxic towards one another and she just wants to escape her life by sleeping for an entire year. And waking up like completely renewed and like have all these things going on. And so she kind of like finds like a therapist who isn't really a real therapist, but they like made up their degree or something like that, who's like
Mhm.
enabling her wanting to sleep all the time. And she prescribes her all these like medicines and she just tries to sleep for an entire year. And it
Great.
was so fun. She was just so unlikable. And yeah, I don't know.
I think that's like if they're intended to be unlikable, I
Yeah.
feel like then I like it. But if
Yeah.
we're like supposed to like them and they kind of suck, then I'm like, then I'm off of that.
Yeah, for same. I need like I've been recently reading books like that, like with unlikable characters
Mm,
that the writing is just super like raw and like honest, and I don't find that in like other books for some reason. But yeah, millennial fiction has been something that I've been reading a lot of
yeah.
recently.
Do you feel
Mhm.
like they're like kind of going with that? Do you feel like there are a lot of books written right now that are somewhat accurate to your life experience as a I don't know if you're technically a millennial, but like as a
Yeah.
young person going through um college and things in this time that's so dang weird. Like do you feel like there's anything kind of being written that you can see your life in? Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
1000 all the millennial fiction I've been reading, like I can name them. Luster by Raven Leilani, that's millennial fiction, I believe. And then Otessa Moshfegh, all of her books just make me feel so seen
Yeah,
because I just like don't want to be home right now and I'm home.
yeah,
I also am just like trying to figure out what I want to major in and lose motivation a lot. I really have to like force myself out of that because like it's hard obviously. But also I have to remind myself that lots of people are going through this and like I'm not alone and sometimes it feels like it's like me again like I'm the only one but I'm really not and
yeah.
yeah.
Well, but when we're so isolated, it's really easy to feel that way for sure.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
like I feel like and correct me if you don't agree, but like I feel like mental health and things are all things that are really being talked about more
Oh
because
yeah.
so many people are struggling right now. Like your age, my age, everybody in between. Like I feel like we're all just struggling. And so I feel like I hope that the books are kind of keeping up and reflecting some of that, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
That makes sense, yeah. They definitely are, at least the ones I'm reading.
Yeah, that's great. Well, are there any tropes or like things that you're like hard pass? I'm not going to read that within like romance and the things that you do like. Is there
Yeah.
anything like your
I mean, not really. I guess because I came from like Wattpad and entered the indie romance world, I've was would read tons of crazy stuff on Wattpad and I was like, oh my goodness. And then it was like, okay, well this is a little bit more tame, but also you can like get to that point. I do like darker romances. Some things like just make me uncomfortable. Like I don't even know how to explain them. It's just like certain things in a book I'm like, okay, well, this kind of but I just keep reading it.
yeah,
But nothing really sticks out to me like at
cool.
all. Yeah.
So, do you read much traditionally published now or mostly just indie?
I am trying to read more traditionally published romances. Yeah, I've read a few. I've read like maybe 10
Yeah.
when thinking about it, but yeah, I definitely would like to read more. I have like a whole shelf here filled with them and most of them are unread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you make TBRs
I do.
and how do you do it?
Um,
How do you choose what you're gonna read next?
well, it depends. I've been trying to do more TBR games and like
Mhm.
spinner wheels. Next month, I'm going to have like ask my Instagram to give me like prompts for my
Oh,
spinner wheel.
cool.
Yeah, and maybe make them mean. I'm gonna say like be mean, and so I can actually like, get through my physical
Yes,
TBR.
I
Um,
get that.
yeah,
I
and
watched
sometimes
your
I'll just
your video the other day. It was like a month ago now, but where you did like categories and you got like the worst letters over
oh
and
yeah,
over and over.
it sucked, and I didn't even end up reading them. I really am debating actually like stopping TBRs because I never end up reading the books on my
Yeah.
TBR that I put. So,
Are you a mood reader?
oh for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's do you just like go to yourself and say what sounds good next or get on KU?
Yeah, I'll it's usually on KU or like I'll check my one to read list. I'm like, yeah, this sounds good. I could
Yeah,
use this now. Mhm.
I get it. That I'm the same way. And I like I can do readathons. I like readathons, but too many
Mhm.
back to back, it gets hard
Oh yeah. Hmm.
for sure. Where do you get the most of your book recommendations?
Usually Booktube and Bookstagram.
Yeah.
I really like to see what people are talking about on Bookstagram because for some reason I think it's like a completely different world from Booktube for
It
some reason.
is.
Like
And I
I'm not
figured
seeing,
that out.
yeah. Yeah, maybe it's because I follow like a lot of people who love KU on Bookstagram and lots of romance booktubers do here, but I don't know, I feel like they're just not talking about the same books. And
Yeah.
so I see like this came out today on Bookstagram, like, maybe I'll add this to my
Yep.
TBR. Yeah.
Kindle Unlimited is awesome for that and just being able to like try things out.
Yeah. I love that.
So, what were some of your favorite books of 2020?
Romance wise, oh my gosh, I think I forgot. I really liked
This question puts everybody on the spot, and it's so like, I mean, my personally, like my mind just goes blank. I'm like, what did I read last year? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I really don't remember. I made a whole video about it too. I can name okay. It's coming to me. So, Ecstasy by KB Rose is like my favorite of all time last year. She's
Okay,
like
God,
yeah, she's like an indie romance author. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed that book. It might be a favorite of all time. So I'm very glad
right.
that I read that last
Yeah.
year. And then all my romance books are like evading me, but some books that like I I consider my favorites are Anxious People by Frederick Bachman.
Okay.
That was so good. I like bawled my eyes out.
Have you
Uh,
read very much Bachman?
I have that's the only Frederick Bachman that I've read, but I have Beartown and I
Okay.
really want to read that because
Yeah.
everybody talks about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then oh, Verity by Colleen Hoover was one of
Yes.
them. I loved that book so
Yes.
much. It was so
Yes.
good.
It
I
is.
love like a good thriller, so that and like some romance in there. I was like
Perfect.
living, it just made my day.
Yep.
Um, let's see.
You're a Colleen Hoover fan, aren't you? You've read others.
Yeah, I read It Ends With Us. Absolutely love that one.
Yeah.
And then I read Ugly Love, and that one it missed the mark for me. I gave
Okay.
it
I haven't read that one.
Yeah, no, it was not my favorite. I was hoping I would really, really enjoy it just because everybody talks about it.
Mhm.
One of my best friends here on BookTube, that's her favorite book of all time,
Oh,
Reagan.
really? Yeah.
Yeah, and so she was so hurt that I didn't like her favorite book. I was like, "I'm sorry."
It happens.
Yeah. And then yeah, that's the only thing that's coming to my mind.
What are you finding that you like in thrillers? Because you're still relatively new to that genre, right?
Yeah, I am. So I really, really like domestic, like suburban thrillers for
Yeah.
some reason. I just love like the I've read I've read Leanne Moriarty. She
Mhm.
wrote I read The Husband's Secret by her and I was like so into it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just like like a neighborhood of like somebody's keeping secrets, that
You
type of thing.
you have got to read Behind Closed Doors if you have not.
Ooh,
By
wait, who
B.A.
is that by?
Paris. B.A. Paris.
Oh
It's
yeah,
so
that's on my
good and creepy and like stressful, but domestic. It's so good. I love
Oh,
it.
I need to read that then
Yeah.
because yeah, I don't see myself ever like reading other types of thrillers, like, more crazy suspenseful ones, but I don't know.
Well, like I don't have a whole lot of interest in like police procedurals. I can never say that phrase. But like police books and like detective books and stuff, those don't interest me as much, but give me a good domestic thriller and I am all over that.
Yes, I love reading about that.
Yeah.
And I read Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. It was
Oh, you
so
did?
good. Yeah.
I have been so scared to read her, honestly. Like I am di- are they scary?
Okay, personally, okay, so I've talked to so many people who've read this book and they were all like, be careful, it's super like gory and all this
Yeah.
stuff, but I was really just kind of fine, I
Okay.
guess. I don't know. I didn't even think much of all the stuff that was going on. I was like, okay, this is kind of gross, but I don't know.
You're okay.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try it. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you watch a lot of scary movies?
I don't. I used to watch tons of scary
Yeah.
movies, but I haven't in a while, I feel like.
Because I feel like that, like if you can watch the movie, you can read the book for sure.
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah.
like there's something about seeing it that is I can't do at all. But
Maybe
um
to watch Grey's Anatomy and
oh my God. I saw a t-shirt that was like it had like a pulse and it was all their names and stuff and I wanted it so bad, but I couldn't, I don't know where it was. I
Oh
need
my
to
god.
find it because they were sold out of like every size and I need to find it.
Yeah, I've seen tons of like merch like that, so maybe you can find something similar
Yeah,
because
I
yeah,
love Grace. Love.
yeah, me too.
What were some of your least favorite books of 2020?
I read a book by Sky Warren and it
Mhm.
was like The Prince. It was terrible. I did not like that book. It
Oh,
was so bad.
really?
Yeah, it just I guess maybe it's because it was a novella, but it just didn't develop enough. But even like it was like I guess it might have been like a prelude to the series, and it was like book is not making me want to read this series. It was so
Oh, bummer. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, that's one that's sticking out to my head.
Do you
Hmm,
DNF?
I don't really, but
Yeah.
I want to get more into DNFing because I it makes no sense for me to keep reading.
There's just so many books and so little time, and yet I cannot make myself do it. I
Yeah.
like I think I DNF'd like 7 last year.
I don't even know how many books I DNF last year. Maybe 2?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Do you ever use the Alexa like text to speech when you're doing KU books?
Yeah, I
That
do.
helps. That helps a
It
lot.
really does. Yeah, I'm sure if I were reading it physically, then it would have been DNF, but if she's, like, speaking to me or whatever, like, I just go on the ride.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you like to do while you're listening?
I need to find more stuff to do because well, usually I play games on my
Uh-huh.
phone,
Mhm.
like cooking games. They're just I
Oh,
don't know, they're
really?
fun. Yeah, and like happy color and they'll color like a little thing. But recently I've been like planning more and so I'll just like doodle and like draw the boxes for things I'll know I'll have every week.
Okay.
Um, and so I'll listen to that and just take out my highlighters and do stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
I always wonder because, like, I feel like Booktube has gotten a lot better about like removing the stigma from that kind of thing, from like,
Yeah.
audiobooks and listening to text to speech and that kind of stuff. And so then
Mhm.
I always wonder, like, what are you doing while you listen? Because I am like a Candy Crush master. I'm I'm on like level 2000 and something because I will just lay there and play Candy Crush and listen to my book forever. It's so like just so relaxing though.
I used to have Candy Crush and I get frustrated because some of the levels are just crazy once you reach to a certain point.
They're stupid. And like there are times I will play a level like 1,000 times and then one times it'll just go. Like it's like the game is like, fine, you've tried enough. You're just
Yeah,
gonna go.
you
So
can have this.
it's frustrating and yet I still do it. So
Oh my gosh, but that's a good idea because I've been looking for more games to do because I feel like coloring isn't as like enough for me and then sometimes the cooking game is too much for me. So I think
yeah.
candy could be.
Well, and like I pre-kids liked puzzles kind of,
Mhm.
but like Candy Crush, your hands are constantly moving, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good thing. Like whereas puzzles, you kind of have to like sit and think and try things. But
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
know. Well,
Yeah.
what are you currently reading?
Um, wow, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Um, I'm currently reading okay, so I'm reading this book called How to Date a D-Bag
Okay.
by Sarah Nay, and this guy is terrible, and I'm really enjoying the book.
Good.
And then also I am reading a book called Catherine House for a reading
Oh
club.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm reading the lowest rated books on my TBR, so
Okay.
yeah, so that's one of them. I'm really enjoying both of them. It's definitely like my brand of weird, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I'm really enjoying it. It's just not a lot happens. And so I've been reading books like that with millennial fiction, just like
Yeah.
not a lot happens. And it's really character driven.
Uh-huh.
But Catherine House isn't like plot driven or character driven. So I'm like, okay, this is a little bit, but it's fun. I don't know. I like
Is it
it.
long?
I think it's probably like the average, like 350.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. That's why I love your channel though, is because there's so many things that we line up perfectly, but then
Mhm.
like a thing like Catherine House, you just throw me. Like I have no interest just because again, I don't like feeling stupid. And I feel like
Yeah.
some weird books just make me feel stupid. But
Hmm.
are you ready for the rapid fire this or that?
Yeah. I
Okay.
did. Yeah.
Okay. Ebook, audiobook, paperback, or hardback?
Ebook.
Not audio?
Oh wait, audiobooks are there.
Yeah.
Maybe audio.
I don't
I
they're
don't know.
all so good, but
Yeah, probably ebook or audiobook.
yeah.
If I
Okay.
had to choose one, I'm gonna say audiobook.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Buy or borrow?
Bye.
Quiet or background noise?
Background noise.
Can you listen to music while you read?
I can't, but I'll play like an ASMR room and
Mhm.
it'll be like rain. I'll be like, oh, this is my
There you go.
perfect
Yeah.
me time.
I do not understand like people who listen to music with words. It throws me off so much. I
I
can't do
can't
it.
do it. Yeah. Mhm.
Indoor or outdoor?
Indoor.
Meet your favorite author or meet your favorite character?
Oh my gosh. Probably meet my favorite character.
Yeah. Do you know
But
who that
also
would be?
I feel like the characters that I'd want to meet would just like not even give me the second the time of day, and I'd be like, okay, well, I should have chose the author.
Yeah,
'Cause I
yeah.
really like the mean
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
You live on the East Coast, right?
Yeah.
Do you have many author events or anything? I mean, obviously not in COVID, but like around
Yeah. I'm not really sure because again, like I started reading again during
yeah,
COVID, but I hear that there's stuff in DC usually.
okay.
So I guess I do.
That
I
would
live
be
like
fun.
3 minutes away from DC.
Okay. I
Yeah.
really wanted Colleen Hoover has Book Bonanza. I don't know if you've heard of that,
I think
uh,
so.
but it has been canceled. Like it was canceled in 2020 and
Mhm.
then they just canceled 2021. But I'm like, gosh, I want to go because
Where is that usually?
it's in Dallas.
Okay.
So not anywhere near you, but
Yeah.
that's the only
I would
one that
still
I'm like, I want to
I
go.
would still go. Colleen
Yeah.
Hoover.
Well, and she had like 100 plus authors on the list of like people that were going. Yeah. She's
Wow.
only had it, I think like 2 years, and then it's been canceled 2 years. And so I don't know.
Hmm.
She's got dates set for 2022, 2023, and 2024. So
Oh, wow.
maybe. Anyway,
Hopefully.
book to film or book to TV show?
Book 2 film.
Do you watch many adaptations?
I do, just because, like, the hype, I wanna be a part of it. So, like, To All the Boys I've Loved For, after I read Little Fires Everywhere and then watched the TV show, and I was like, I think I just prefer movies, like, when it's
Yeah.
being adapted for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have the attention span for miniseries. Like I can't, I don't know. I just get bored of it. Even like, have you watched Big Little Lies?
I have. That
Yeah.
was so good.
Okay, well, I won't go into spoilers, but I was so annoyed by what they changed in the adaptation with Reese Witherspoon's character.
Gosh, I don't remember. I
I'll,
didn't read the book, but I watched the TV show.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
And did you read the book though after, have you read the book?
No, I own it
Oh,
though. Yeah.
okay. Well, then I'm not going to tell you what they changed, but they changed something and I was not happy about that. But anyway,
Huh.
classics or new releases?
New releases.
Backlist or new releases?
Hmm. New releases.
Okay. Do you do any like book boxes or any of that kind of thing?
No, but I want to. There's so many romance ones that just look so good.
Have you done an eBay mystery unboxing?
Oh no, I haven't because the only ones I see really are like the historical romance
Yeah,
ones, and I have so many historical romances that
yeah,
have not been read. So
yeah.
yeah.
I want to, but I don't know if you saw the video. I got done dirty by my local bookstore. I did like a mystery box, a mystery bag or whatever, and it had 5 book club fiction, and I ended up unhauling all but one, I think, without even reading them because they were terrible. Like they were just not for me. So
What were they like? Were they like, I
they
feel
were
like
just ones that like you could tell were just like crap that had not sold, like that had been
yeah.
sitting on the shelf for 10
Yeah.
years and they just threw it in a bag and charged $5 a piece.
That's
Not that I'm
horrible.
bitter about it or anything, but yeah, they're yeah. Mystery boxes freak me out now.
I
Um,
guess too.
no new books or no rereading.
Um, wait, I'm sorry, no new books or no new reading?
No rereading.
Oh, no rereading. I barely reread. I want to start though because
Yeah.
yeah, I barely reread. So
You know
no.
what though? I wonder if I were to ask you that question in 10 years, what you would say. Because now, like reading books from when I was your age and stuff are so like, it's so comforting. Like, I
Mhm.
don't know. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Standalones or series?
I used to be a big series person, but like standalones, I like standalones more right now just because I have so many books on my TBR that I don't want to commit to a series right now.
True. Yep.
So probably standalone.
Okay. Solo or book club?
Solo.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really do many book clubs.
But you've got a pretty good group of like Booktube friends that you guys do a lot of
But
FaceTiming and things, don't you?
yeah, we do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fun. That's kind of like a small book club.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yep.
Yeah, they mostly read romance and stuff, so we'll tell each other about things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
what is your favorite drink?
I just really like caramel macchiatos and there's a new drink from Starbucks I want to try so badly. It's like the brown sugar.
I've seen that, like brown sugar, shaken brown sugar honey
Yes,
something.
I want to try that. It sounds so
I
good.
know.
I might get
I
one today.
Yeah, I'm lactose intolerant, so like seeing all these new like dairy-free things come out, I'm like, okay, yes, that's $5 a cup, but yes, I need that right now.
I don't know if I sometimes I think I'm lactose intolerant because when I like consume dairy, like my stomach starts to hurt, but I still do it. I don't
Yeah, not bad to
Yeah.
stop you. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your favorite snack?
Um, caramel pop caramel cheddar popcorn.
Okay.
I can
Like
eat
those
5.
Christmas thins?
I mean, I guess so. They have them like all year long though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I guess the brand is Smart Food. Like
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I'll just eat bags of that while reading and my fingers get gross. But
Popcorn is
yeah.
the best. Like I have asked this question to everybody for a while, and I feel
Mhm.
like at least 50% of people say popcorn because it's just so
Yeah,
good.
it's
And it
so
can
good.
be sweet, it can be savory, it can be both.
Yeah,
Yes.
love it.
Well, that is all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for chatting. I love chatting with you. And you guys, if you have not checked out Naeema's channel, like I said, she like there's so many things that her and I read similar, but she also goes a lot deeper and darker than I do. And I just love watching you like branch out and do things. And I just love your channel. So thank you so, so much.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Yay. Well, have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.